Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we are going to finish off our double heroic Andrade. We're going to get the second one. We've got our Tensai, Bailey, Diesel, Valhalla, Kane, Julia and Angel. And of course we've also got our free packs and our free goodies over here. So let's go ahead and claim the free pack first of all. Oh, we got 100 charisma tokens. That means we get a guaranteed charisma card, which is very, very cool. You have a 5% chance at pulling the additional 80 charisma tokens, and you always get 20 charisma tokens. So that's how we managed to get that. That's very, very cool. And we've got our bunches of punches. Let's go ahead and claim this just now. So this is the third board, and we are starting over once again because we got all the rewards in the previous one, and we've already got ourselves another Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is an F2 big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're not spending any credits because we don't need to. Let's go ahead and claim. I know I just said go ahead twice. Claim our additional free charisma card and see what we get from this one. It is an F1 CM Punk, Charles Montgomery Punk himself, the chick magnet. And we also have our Naomi Red Pro. But let's go ahead and go to combinable, and oh, that's right, because Stone Cold is considered a separate card. The foil is considered a separate card from the regular one. We need to go ahead and fortify this way. And there we go. He is now up to a fortified 2, which is very, very awesome. Now, before we continue with that, let's go ahead and finish off our heroic Road to Glory. I'll show you the deck that I'm using. Currently, I'm using it to train up quite a few cards. We're training up both of our Andrades, both of our CM Punks, one of our Tank Ledgers, 2 of our Shaquille O'Neals, and of course, big old Stone Cold Steve Austin himself. Along with a few of the females, we've managed to get our Bailey up to our maximum matches at our max level. Tiffany Stratton is still being worked on, as is Rizzo. So we can now swap you out for, I think, a Asuka. Asuka seems to be the next most powerful card, so we'll just jump that in there. And let's jump right in. We're going to be taking on Fandangoing, as opposed to Fandango. And our first one's going to be a tag team, which we're going to use our up and down arrow with our Ivar, who is an F3. And of course, our Tank Ledger. Next one's also a tag team, which the Ultimate Warrior and Steven Regal will tag with each other. Next up, we have the tag team of it's going to be CM Punk and Andrade. That is our first double heroic Andrade, or our first single heroic Andrade. It's not double heroic. Doesn't matter if we lose one. We're going to win the rest of these, I hope. Tiffany Stratton. And then, of course, Big Shaq with his big Shaq attack. Shaquille O'Neal from Shaq Fu. This female tag team should win with our double heroic JC Jane, that actual double heroic this time, as opposed to the Andrade. Even though they don't tag together. Oh, they did manage to lose. Oh my goodness, that's not particularly good. Our CM Punk and Shaquille O'Neal are going to have to work together to take out Ray Phoenix and Braun Breaker. Oh, we're actually losing. My goodness. This is very unusual. And however, I think we should be fine. Oh my goodness, we're going to lose this match as well. I was about to say we should be fine with that one, 57,000. Right, okay, so Asuka should be able to win this. It's getting a little bit tricky here. And the last one's going to be a tag team of power. Well, even though it's 106,079,000, I'm just going to go ahead and make a super move here, because at least if we go 5-5, a draw still works in our favour. It's considered a win, and with those massive stats, there is no way the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu are losing that match there. And there we go, that is the last 10 points that we needed. And we now have our second heroic Andrade. And now the last thing to do is to train both of those up, and then we will pro those. We'll see what the pro animation of that looks like. Game decided to stall a little bit there, that was unusual. And I think we can dust all of these. Yeah, I'm going to dust the Ted DiBiase as well. I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not. Of course, always make sure that you're not accidentally dusting your brand new event card that you just got. You always need to check for those. It's not supposed to show up, but it does show up sometimes. As we have seen in a couple of videos. Let's go ahead and take this one on the top right. We got the big boss man. Oh, we're actually going to leave him there because he can be pro'd. And that's us with 14 hours and 40 minutes left. We have finished our heroic road to glory. And now we're going to jump in to Super Smasher over here and see if we can get ourselves some more speed cards. We're still missing the speed equipment and we've only got a singular Ray Phoenix. So if we could get Pro Ray Phoenix, that would be very, very cool. Just see what the Pro animation is like. Get a whole bunch of masks from that side. Let's try this side. And we'll go for one near the middle. Okay, this is good. Let's go for this one here. We'll go for this one. And this one over here. Oh, we're getting very lucky with this one. Okay, so we're at 15. We'll go ahead and take this one. Oh, that's very awesome. We're at 15 points, so we need one more blue mask, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 1 in 6 chance of getting the last blue mask. And we need 3 more green masks, of which there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's a 3 in 11 chance. So let's try and get the 1 in 6 chance of the blue. We'll go over here. That was an explosive. And we'll go for this one in the top left corner. That is completely fine. I'm happy with the 15 point pack and also our 3 little golden pack prizes. Now, will we for the first time ever pull something from this? Absolutely not. It is never ever going to give us anything, is it? It's absolutely ridiculous. We did get a rare draft pick and 4 speed tokens, however. We'll go for this one. We'll continue going to that top corner. It's Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We haven't got a pro of him, so I'm going to keep him for just now. And let's try out Walk the Ropes. This can be very generous, depending on how lucky you get. So the first thing you really want to get is a 3 or a 4. That's a 5. That's exactly what you didn't want. You managed to jump over both of the good things. Oh, however, we have ourselves another Ivar. And we've already got an F3 Ivar, so that's actually going to be the start of another pro, I suppose. I'm not even going to lock him down because I think we might even just use him to as either feeding material or dust material. So we want to try and get a 3 again here. There we go, we managed to get it that time. And now we are on the board. This is where you can get all the special stuff. 350 super coins. A WrestleMania Penta, and... oh, that Jacob Fatu is huge. There's only a 5% chance of pulling the Jacob Fatu, so getting that off of the Walk the Ropes is very, very cool. Now, the next thing we want is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So where is a 4? Over there on the left-hand side. I completely overshot it and got a 6 instead, which is enough to KO us. I'm just going to be happy and grateful with what I've got. That Ivar and Jacob Fatu are fantastic. And we also get a power token, 350 super coins, and the elbow pads. Next up is going to be Kick Out, and we're going to see how lucky or unlucky we get this time. I'm going to start off by thinking it's going to be a male. I think it's going to be Eddie Guerrero because we kept seeing him all the time in the last video. Okay, it's Austin Theory, which means that we score the maximum points, which is awesome. I think it's going to be another male, and I think it's going to be up or down as well. So we're just going to go ahead and repeat and try that once again. I'm going to go for the one on the right hand side this time. It's going to be, it is an Asuka, which is a female, so that unfortunately ruins our 3 and 4 points. We still have the 1 and the 2, so we're just going to use this, and I think it's going to be a female this time. Let's see. It's a male, and that takes away our last remaining slots. So we wound up with 189 points. We're just going to claim the exit there with 2 of these packs, which is not going to give us a very high percentage of pulling anything, but we do get 3 toughness tokens from it. And that is the end of our freebies. The Superstore, I don't think has anything new in it yet. Had to load twice there, but in 17 days and 12 hours there's going to be something new, which is a much shorter lifespan than you normally get from the Superstore. So I think that a week into SummerSlam 25 we should have some brand new SummerSlam cards, so it'll be very exciting to see what those are. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can actually pull the Drew McIntyre from WrestleMania 41. There was one of the backstage pass cards from this. I didn't realise you could do that. That is something very interesting indeed. The mixed bag. There we go. It contains Rey Mysterio, Eddie, Sheamus, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the El Grande Americano. It also contains all the flip cards that you may have missed. So that's very cool to see. However, there's quite a lot of them, and it doesn't give you the information of the percentage chance of them, but generally there's a higher percentage chance of pulling the ones at the bottom than there is the ones at the top, so just be aware of that if you are going to go ahead and gamble that. However, you can absolutely get yourself a guaranteed Sheamus, big old Sheamus himself, from the WrestleMania 41 Select SE, and there's also the Valor Select SE, which has El Grande Americano, which I pulled significantly more than 5 of them, and have a hilarious F3 of him somewhere. And it looks like there's special RKO sleeves or a card back in the store, as well as the reprint of the Becky Lynch and Triple H ones we've seen before, but I think the RKO everyone is new. Let's take a quick look at our collectibles. We've got 11 power tokens, 16 toughness, 13 speed, and 8 charisma. We've been pretty good at using up all of our tokens and getting all these specific cards. Let's go into our collectibles, because we can now fortify our Jacob Fatu into an F1, which is going to be very, very strong. And I'm pretty sure that our Ivar is already F3, so we can't fortify him. I just wanted to make absolutely sure on that. We also have an F3 of Steven Regal, and we have an F3 of Axiom as well, all of the easy to pull ones. And we also have an F1 of Naomi. Now, let's go ahead and pro our Naomi. They both have, they're level 100, they both have the 100 matches. They don't have their variants, but you can get the variants afterwards. But let's see what the pro animation of Naomi looks like right here and now. Oh, of course, we need to remove them from the deck so that we can actually use them. And there we are. There is the brand new Women's World Champion. And of course, you need to proceed with caution with this card. That is, of course, Naomi's new gimmick. It's very, very cool. Very kind of reminds me a little bit of Storm from X-Men, which is really surprising because Storm is kind of Jade Cargill's sort of gimmick. So it's very cool to see that. Maybe she's actually trying to do something the likes of... Oh my goodness, there's another superhero that I was thinking of just now that used electricity, and his name has just completely... Static Shock, yes. Looks a little bit like Static Shock. I didn't really watch Static Shock. I was more interested in things like Batman and things back in those days, but I am aware of it, and I think I'd seen 1 or 2 of them. I was also very into Kinnikuman, or Kinnikuman Nisei, or Ultimate Muscle, as it was called in English. He said, trying to remember the American English name of it. So that is some history on the big old Grand Cat. Oh, and she does have a jump-in animation. So that is very cool as well. And we're going to fortify her. And that's going to be an F1 of our Naomi as well. And we've got a whole bunch of other cards to pro that I'm going to need to work on. We've of course got our double heroic Andrade that we need to get the 100 matches on. We've got our Shaquille O'Neals that are very close to being done, and we've got an F1 of him as well. We've got an F1 of our CM Punks that are both on exactly 45 matches, which is very surprising. Our Tank Ledgers, which we don't really need to see the animation of. And of course we've got another Asuka that, because we've already got an F3 of that Asuka, I'm not sure we actually need to make another pro Asuka, but maybe I will just for fun. So I've got a lot to work on over the next little while. And there we are. I've been really, really happy with Tyson Titans. I think the Cody Rhodes was particularly egregious to get, and I reasonably couldn't see an easy way of getting him other than through this guaranteed pack that's 9,500 credits. I know that some people managed to pull him, but I was not among the lucky few, and he seems to be the hardest one to get a pro of. I've seen more people with pro Rey Phoenixes than I have seen of pro Cody Rhodes, and we've even got ourselves an F2 Stone Cold Steve Austin, and some of the other 5% chances, like the Jacob Fatu, we just got an F1 just there. But overall, it's only Cody Rhodes and Rey Fenix that I didn't get the pro of so far, but we did manage to get everything else, including our very special Stone Cold Steve Austin with the foil attributes to it. And there we are, folks. So with that done, that is now going to be it for the end of this little video. Do remember that next week... Oh, let's go ahead and claim this. Next week is going to be Last Man Standing, which is going to be the final event for Unhinged Tier. And then next Wednesday is when the SummerSlam 25 tier is going to drop, and it's going to start off with a Giants Unleashed, which is going to be very, very exciting. We're very excited to see who that first card is going to be. I think overall Unhinged Tier has been pretty good. I think it had a very, very rocky start at the beginning that I think everyone was not entirely happy with. And hopefully there's going to be no more issues or problems with that. But I think Cat Daddy have been knocking it out of the park. They've been doing tremendously, especially with this Tyson Titans bundle. And also... I don't think the Psychopath was particularly good, especially since so many people got through it for free, and then Cat Daddy kind of stopped supporting it. So anyone that was playing legitimately found it very, very difficult to get a pro of Abyss, but they did make up for that with the Bunches of Punches, which the first one gave you the chance of getting the Abyss card. There he was there. And of course the second one came with the Rey Fenix because they realised that people were having problems getting that one. However, they weren't going to give us the Cody Rhodes for free. They were absolutely going to make us pay through the nose to get that Cody Rhodes in order to get your Stone Cold Steve Austin and finish off your collection. So, I'm very looking forward to Last Man Standing. I am not going to be going for a high number. I am just going to play enough to get the artwork of whoever the card is going to be. I'm going to try and stay in the top 10,000. And then, when SummerSlam 25 comes around, I'm going to grind away there. There's also going to be another special limited edition card that will be coming next week with the final week of Unhinged Tier. And I'm very excited to find out who that's going to be. That'll be very interesting as well. And we are also going to get the actual SummerSlam. So there'll be the predictions video going up for that as well at some point, whenever that is available to put up the predictions. And I have a lot of theories. There's a lot of speculation and a lot of talk going into SummerSlam that Seth freaking Rollins may actually not be injured, and this may all be a work, and he may very well cash in the Money in the Bank in one of the main events of SummerSlam. Now the question is Seth Rollins going to cash in and screw over CM Punk just as he's about to win, or after he wins the world title from Gunther? Or will he jump in on John Cena's match against Cody Rhodes in the middle of a street fight and steal the belt from Cody, because Seth Rollins has significant history with both CM Punk and with Cody Rhodes, and it's going to be very exciting. I think whatever happens in SummerSlam is going to give us a lead up to what we can potentially see for the main event of WrestleMania. So I'm very excited to see what happens at this 2-day extravaganza of SummerSlam. And with that said, folks, that is now going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.